Ms. Welch, we've met before. I'm Judge Middleton, and you're here on a charge of retail fraud, second degree. It's alleged that you're at the Walmart store on May 20th, and you attempted to steal some property that was offered for sale, less than $200, and you had a previous offense, making it a retail fraud, second degree, which is punishable by up to a year in jail. The prosecutor has agreed to reduce that to a charge of retail fraud in the third degree. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this charge?
No, sir.
Or promise you anything?
No, sir.
All right. Rhonda's here.
Let me know if you need those questions.
I've got the conference room open. All right, I think both of these are going to resolve. Push them in now. You've been waiting patiently while I went through several other cases, and I went through the advice of rights a couple of times. You understand you have those same rights?
Yes, sir.
We have a new kind of crime we didn't used to have, which is called skip scanning or other names. Walmart has made a corporate business decision to not have real clerks there. They have electronic scanning devices that are not manned, and people take advantage of it. So I didn't used to ever have this. That didn't exist. And they've made this decision that I'm their enforcer, and they don't have a human there. They have a scanner. So it alleged that you tried to scan some shirts that were worth $18 and $17, and you scanned a $3 price tag. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
All right. And the total was $92.95. Did they recover the shirts?
Yes, sir.
The prosecutor's not asking for restitution. We discussed that this morning and they recovered all the items, John.
All right. Miss Welch, I've known you for some time. You've been struggling with methamphetamine in the past. How are you doing now?
I'm doing really good with that. I haven't had an issue with that at all.
How about opioids? Some people have segued from methamphetamine into
No,
prescription meds or other stuff.
No, I've never.
All right. Well, what are you doing now?
I just got a job at Courtyard Mary. Tomorrow is my last day of training, and then I start third shift night audit. I'm the front desk clerk there, and I run the night audit.
All right. Are you still living here in Three Rivers?
Yes, sir.
You posted $200 of bond.
If I may, Your Honor,
Yes.
one of the conditions of this, she had to agree to be put on probation.
I don't want to put her on.
Well, okay, I'm just telling you about Ms.
I see that there, but I don't like being Walmart's enforcer for skip scans. They could eliminate this if they had humans doing the checkout. So this is like an invitation for people to try to cheat. And it's very common, and it takes a lot of police time, a lot of court time. And the problem could be just eliminated if they had humans operating these. I think you spent a day in jail.
No, sir.
You did, didn't you?
No, I
Said you
called every day to find out when the warrant was issued.
So you,
And a police officer actually stopped me the day it was issued because the window tint on my windows was too dark. And when he stopped me, he said it just came out and I had $200 in my debit card. He let me take out of the ATM because it was right in front of a gas station and I paid it right there.
all right. You don't need this kind of stuff in your life.
I'm done with this.
Well, you just got this nice job. And here's this new theft thing, which is gonna show up.
They already found it.
All right, but they gave you the job.
Yes, they
All
said they
right.
believe in giving people second chances if it's a non-violent crime.
Well, I'm all in favor of that.
I was
But
thankful.
you're not 17 anymore. And were these shirts for you or were they somebody else?
Somebody else.
All right. I'm gonna order a $75 fine, a $75 crime victims' rights fee, a $50 state minimum fee, and $150 attorney fee. You're barred from Walmart for 1 year.
I think it's 2 years actually.
Well, they may have barred you. I'm barring you for one.
Okay.
I would be happy if you didn't come back and see me for a
I
while.
promise you, I won't. And if I do, you can tell me you told me so and throw the book at me. I don't ever plan on coming back.
There's $200 of bond, so you owe $150. I give you until October 31st. You got into meth 10 or 12 years ago and it turned your life upside down. And then you were still struggling a few years ago. I'm glad to hear you probably wouldn't have got the job if you were still using meth. So I'll take your representation that you weren't. But you're beyond this kind of stuff. So try to keep it between the lines and good luck with your new job. But I'm not doing anything other than a fine here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It is alleged that on or about May 18th that you assaulted Jacqueline Aguilar, someone you had a dating relationship with in Sturgis. The prosecutor has agreed to dismiss that charge for a plea to disturbing the peace. Disturbing the peace doesn't matter who was right or wrong or who started it. Was there a quarrel, argument, or disturbance in a public place? Do you understand the charge?
Yeah,
All right. It says here on that day, you got in an argument with Jacqueline. Is she the woman you have a child with?
yes, it is. Yeah, she's my fiance.
Well, and you were mad about missing marijuana. It says here you and she got in a struggle and you kicked the door, which hit her in the face. Well, tell me what happened.
Well, she tried to hide it from me, and I was just out there, and then I came and she closed the doors, and I was kind of mad, and I just kicked the door and really not realize that she was behind it, and accidentally hit her, and that's when it started. And then I went out because I didn't really want her to be there. And I went out and she went out and followed me, and that's when probably somebody called the cops or something.
Yeah, I'm glad they did.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, it says here you also slapped her and knocked her down, but she hid your weed because she didn't want you to smoke it.
yeah, probably, yeah, that's what she did.
Well, you need to man up. She deserves better than this, and so does your child. So you haven't been able to see him since May, and now I'm gonna lift that provision. But you need to be better than this.
Yeah, I know. It was just a misunderstanding, just dumb thing.
Yeah, well, that's easy to call it a misunderstanding. She says you slapped her around and kicked the door and hit her in the face. And maybe you ought to not smoke so much weed. I don't know. It's not illegal,
I know.
but all right. The prosecutor has reviewed this, ostensibly talked to the victim. I'm gonna do 1 day in jail credit, 1 day. A $75 fine, $75 crime victims' rights fee, and a $50 state minimum fee, and a $50 attorney fee. That's $250. You have $200 plus 50 from the other case. Which pays your fine in both cases. You need to get back on level ground here. You got a good job at Morgan Olson. You
Yeah,
got a nice girlfriend. You got a
Family.
child.
I know.
Need to be a better man. Let me make sure that's cash. I've lifted the no contact provision. She doesn't have to let you back in. She can if she chooses to,
Okay,
but you're not gonna be in violation of your bond. You can't drive anymore either. But this takes care of both of your cases. You got a pretty sweet deal in each case. So you're good to go. And how about if you don't come back?
that would be great.
Please subscribe to help the channel.